Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Hopefully everyone is having a great day as always. In today's video we are going to be looking at these 4 coins that I've got in front of you right here, and they are some of the older coins that are part of my collection. We have an 1862, a 1912 Indian head penny, a 1906 Victory nickel, and a 1912 United Kingdom half penny. So let's first start with these two right here, which is what we'll spend most of our time talking about in today's video. And these two coins have the same design to them. However, they actually have different metal compositions, which is pretty cool. The coin on the left right here, this metal composition was made from 1860 up until 1864. So this one right here. And this one is 88% copper, 12% nickel. So that gives it a much higher weight to it than the coin on the right here. The one on the left that has a weight of 4.67 grams. So this coin right here, 4.67 grams. This one right here, 3.11 grams. The mintage for the year 1862 for this Indian head cent was 28,075,000. So they're still an old coin, but there were 28 million of these that were made. Now, if it does not have a mint mark on it, that indicates it is from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, I'm going to move this one aside, and we'll just zoom in so you can see a nice detailed look at this. We'll talk about the values and the mintages of the coin for all of the coins that we're going to look at today. In a good condition, that is rated a 4 out of 70. This coin right here will be worth $13. This is according to usacoinbook.com, which you can search, Google their different coins, and you can get their price guides for all the coins. So this one right here is going to be worth $13, ranging all the way up to over $1,000 for a Proof 63 graded coin. Now this one isn't a proof coin, it's just a regular circulating coin. Let's talk about the reverse design right here. Then we'll get into the obverse design that we were looking at earlier. So what we see on the reverse side of the coin, we see a shield right at the top right here. We see the face value of the coin, which is 1 cent in the middle. And then we see a knot down here, which is tying a wreath holding arrows. So we've got, you can kind of see the wreath going along the outsides right here. It's being tied together by this knot, which is also holding these arrows right here. Now, I mentioned the mintage of this coin. There are 28,075,000 of these that were made at the Philadelphia Mint. However, there were only 1,500 proof coins that were made for this year. That's why the proof coin is worth so much more than the regular circulating coin. And the values do go up depending on the grade of the coin, but these will all be worth significantly more than the face value, even if it's in kind of rough condition like this. If it's got a little bend to it here and there, showing some pretty significant wear and tear. On the obverse side of the coin, when we flip it over to the front side right here, we see the Liberty head. Now she's wearing an Indian headdress in the date below. So we've got United States of America, Liberty head right here, wearing an Indian headdress in the date below. The engraver of this coin was James Barton Longacre. Now I'm going to slide in this coin right here, which is the other one, which has the same design, so we don't need to go over the design characteristics too much, but it has a different metal composition, so its weight is significantly less. The weight on the coin for the right is just 3.11 grams. Now the metal content of this coin is 95% copper, 5% zinc. Now compare that to the previous coin that we're looking at, which was 88% copper, 12% nickel. So you can see the drastic color difference between the two right here. Now as far as the melt value of this coin, now never melt it down because it's worth a lot more to coin collectors than just based on the copper and zinc combined. But this coin will be worth about 3 cents, the one on the right, if you melt it down based on that 95% copper, 5% zinc, based on today's copper and zinc prices. Now, as far as the mintages of this coin goes right here, for the year 1902, the mintages were pretty high for the entire series. So 1902, the mintages were 87,374,704. of these 1902 Philadelphia Mint Indian head pennies that were made. Now, there were only 2,118 of the proof coins that were made. So, again, the proof coins for these coins right here are much more valuable than the regular circulating coins. Now, the highest mintage for the entire Indian head series, which ran from 1859 to 1909, is going to be the year 1907. So not too far off from this coin right here that we're looking at for 1902. In 1907, there were 108,138,000 of these coins that were made. That is the only year, 1907, in which the mintages are above 100 million. The lowest mintage in the entire series, that's going to be the year 1909S, Indian head cent, in which there were only 309,000 pieces that were struck. The year 1877 is also a very low mintage year. That is the only other year that there were less than 1 million of them that were made. The average mintage for the series for the 54 regular issue coins is 34 million of these coins that were made. So that's the average, is 34 million. When we're looking at a coin right here, this 1902, there are 87 million. So far more, about twice double the average coin production for the year 1902. Now, as far as the value of this coin goes, because there were 87 million, this one right here made, there were only, this one right here, that's going to be only worth about $1.84 in a good condition and $1.91 in a very good condition. Now that does go all the way up to $27 for a uncirculated coin, and probably much higher if you can really get it into the high 64, 65 grades to it. But uncirculating starts at $27 for this coin right here. If you've got one from 1902 that's still in uncirculated condition, then that would be very, very impressive. All right, we talked about these two coins right here. Let's bring in a bigger coin, this one right here, the nickel. So the first observation with this one is that the diameter is significantly bigger. This one has a diameter of 21.2 meters compared to the 19 millimeter diameter that we're looking at for these two pennies right here. So we'll slide it aside. What we see on the obverse side right here, we see Liberty head again, but she's not wearing that Indian headdress. We see the head of Liberty with 13 stars around the head, representing the first 13 colonies. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stars going around the outside right here, representing the first 13 colonies. The engraver of this coin was Charles Edward Barber. Flip it over to the reverse side. On the reverse side, we see the letter V in the center right here. This represents the Roman numeral 5. We also see another wreath going around the outside, very similar to what we're looking at with the Indian head pennies previously. And of course, we see E pluribus unum right here. Now, the metal content of this coin is again going to be a copper nickel coin. As far as the actual metal content, I don't have that in front of me, but kind of similar to the current metal content, it is not made out of any silver. So unfortunately, no silver is in these nickels right here. Now, as far as the mintage for this coin goes, for 1906, there were 38 million of these that were made in a regular circulating strike coin. These are going to have a value of $1.67 for a good condition, going all the way up to, well, very high for the price. Extra fine is it starts at $9.73 in a probably very few uncirculated conditions of these coins that have been survived. Now, what you're going to want to look for is the Liberty right here. That's kind of a key indicator as far as how worn out your coin is on the front side right here. So if you can see the Liberty going across the headband right there, then your coin will be in pretty good condition. Now, what you want to look for the Liberty nickel, the average mintage for the entire series was 18 million. So this coin that we have right here, 1902, there are 31 million. So much higher than the average for the entire series. There are 33 different regular issue coins for this series. That includes the with cents and without cents on the reverse side back here. So when they first printed this, They didn't include cents right there in the bottom, and then people were trying to pass it off as $5, and then they added the cents right there at the bottom to clarify that this is a nickel for 5 cents, not $5. Now, 1913, which was actually illegally minted, is believed to have an original mintage of 5, so that's going to be the rarest of the entire series, 1913, while the highest mintage is going to be 1911, in which there were 39,557,000 of them that were made. In the final coin in the series, running kind of long on the video, so we'll talk about this one very quickly. This is a half penny. What we see on the obverse side right here, which these change, quite a bit as far as who's on the front side right here. We see George V. Then we see some lettering going around the outside, which says George V, Grace of God, King of Britain's Defender of Faith, Emperor of India, going around the edge of the coin right here. This coin design was made from 1911 to 1925, and this coin is made out of bronze composition. Now, for the year 1912, the mintages on this one are very high again, 21,185,000 in a good condition, like we've got right in front of us right here. These are going to be worth 21 cents, all the way up to an extra fine condition will be worth about $2.10. All right, that's all the info that I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Best of luck coin collecting out there, everyone, and enjoy.